Okay, hey everybody, Mr. Mack here. I thought I would put some solutions for you for this Progress Quiz 112 on volume, just to help you guys out a little bit. So let's jump right into it. A rectangular prism has a length of 4, width of 5, and a height of 6 inches. Just do a quick sketch. Okay, a length of 4, so length equals 4 inches. A width is 5, and the height is 6. What is the volume? Okay, so V equals length times width times height. So that would be 4 times 5 times 6, and 20 times 6 is 120, and it would be inches cubed, and that would be this selection right here. What is the volume of the prism? There we go. 6, 4, 5, and 6, just multiply those together, and that's it. Alright, find the volume of the prism below. Alright, same thing. Volume equals length times width times height. Let's call 8 feet the length, 3 feet the width, and the height is 2. So this would be 8 times 3 times 2. And 6 times 4, this would be 48 cubic feet, which is the first selection right here. Alright, find the volume of the cylinder below. Volume of a cylinder is, just think about this, we know it's the footprint times the height. 3 here is the radius, and the height is 4. So this is the area of a circle, which is pi r squared times h. And we have pi times 3 squared times 4. Pi times 9 times 4. 9 times 4 is 36 pi. And notice all of our answers have pi in it, so we don't multiply the pi through. And it looks like it's right here, 36 pi cubic feet. Okay. Next problem, what is the volume of the cylinder if the circumference is 12 pi centimeters and the height is 8 centimeters? Well, volume is pi r squared h, and we know h, we don't know r, but we do know that circumference equals 2 pi r. That's our equation for circumference. And so we're saying that the circle has a circumference of this, and if we know the circumference, we can find the radius, and if we know the radius and the height, we can get the volume. So we're just going to put in 12 pi in for C and solve for R. And we divide 2 pi to both sides, and R is 6 centimeters. So we just put in 6 squared times 8. 36 times 8 pi. 36 times 8, 24, 288 pi. And this would be cubic centimeters. Looks like we're at this one right here. All right. That one we had to solve backwards a little bit to find r before we can get the volume. Alright, so we have a composite figure here. What is the volume of the figure below in cubic feet? Alright, so we've got, it's a little blurry here. This is 8, oh, what's that color? We got 8 feet, 7 feet, 5 feet, 2 feet, and 10 feet here. So we could break this up into two prisms and add them together, or we can take the big prism here and subtract the smaller one. I think I'll just add it. I think most of you are probably going to add the two smaller pieces together. So what if we cut this one here like that, right? So we would get this prism, which would be, so 5 and 8, so this would be 3 feet, right? So my volume, let's get up a color, I got volume total equals V1 plus V2. So this is 1. So maybe call this V1 and this is V2. And so we've got length times width times height for V1 plus length times width times height for V2. So maybe 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. Let's say we got 10 times 5 times 2. Plus, what over here, 7, 3, and 2. This is 100. And this is 6 times 7 is 42. So 142 cubic feet. And we don't get a multiple choice, so we have to just type in 142 for that. Let's double check that. 10, 5, and 2. 10, 5, 2, that's 10, that's 100. 7, 3, and 2. 2142, 142 feet cubed. Okay. Number 6. What is the volume of the figure in cubic feet? Round to the nearest cubic foot. Okay, this one is a little more work. So we have, let's look at these two shapes here. We have a whole, no, let's not do that. So it looks like we have half a circle right there. Half a circle. And we have a triangle. And the footprint of this thing, of this half circle, and the footprint of this triangle, and then the height is 3. So let's see here. Maybe let's separate this into two separate volumes. So we've got the volume total equals volume of the triangular prism plus volume of the half cylinder. That's half a cylinder right there, half a circle. Or maybe I can make it 3D if you want, like this. Okay, so what is the volume equation for a triangular prism? Well, we take the area of the footprint, which is 1/2 base times height of the triangle, times the height of the prism. Okay, what is the area of the circle, half circle? Well, it's half pi r squared. Okay, that's half the circle, and we multiply that times the height. Okay, so let's list some stuff here. The base of the triangle is this dimension right here, this base, it's just same as the diameter of the circle, which is 4. So we have 4 feet. The height of the triangle is 2 feet, which is the same as the radius of the circle. The height of the prism, this is HB right here too, is 3 feet. And the radius is 2 feet. So we got 1/2 4 times 2, okay, that's this purple triangular area here, times the height of the prism, which is 3, plus 1/2 pi. Radius circle is 2, so I got 2 squared, times the height of the prism, which is 3. Okay, so half of 4 is 2, 4. This is 12. This first part right here is 12, and this next part right here is 4 times 3 is 12, 6 pi. So this is 12 plus 6 pi, and I said to round it to the nearest cubic foot, so I can get my calculator out here. 12 plus 6 pi, 30.84, 30.85. 30.85. It says round to the nearest cubic foot, so this would be 31 cubic feet. But we're only, it says right in the solution without units, so we would just type in 31. And that should be the answer. Okay, 7. What is the volume of the figure using Cavalieri's principle? Well, Cavalieri is famous for this, or known for this principle that says if the prism or any 3D figure volume has the same cross-sectional area throughout the entire height, then we would just use volume equals whatever the normal volume equation is for that figure, for the right figure of that. So in this case, this is a rectangular prism, volume equals length times width times height. We would just need to identify what's the length and the width. So what is the footprint area right here of this rectangle? So the length is 2 and the width is 2 feet. And the height is this vertical distance right here, which is also 2. We do not use the slant height here. Right? We do not use this. That does not work. We would need to use that if we were finding surface area. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 cubic feet. Right in the solution, there's no units. Our answer is 8. Okay, we would do the same thing if we had an oblique prism. Right? The volume would be pi r squared h, and the height is this vertical height, which makes a right angle with this plane that our footprint is on. Next one, the volume of the prism below is 120 cubic meters. Given the dimensions, what is the surface area of the prism? So surface area is 2 length times widths plus 2 length times heights plus 2 width times height. We have 3 pairs of 2, or 6 total sides. So we need to find these dimensions here, length, width, and height, in order to get the surface area. So let's take our volume equation Substitute what we got. Width is x, and the height is 6. Okay, what can we do to simplify this? We should see that this 6 and this 120 have common factors. So we can divide 6 out to both sides and we get 20. And we got x plus 1 times x. And let's distribute the x. So we get x squared plus x. And now I need to put this in standard form, so I'm going to subtract 20. This is a quadratic, so we're going to have to factor this. And the leading coefficient is 1, so we don't have to factor by grouping. And so now I need to write my binomial. And under the first two terms in each binomial is going to be x. And the next two terms is going to be the factors of negative 20 that add to this middle term, 1. And so we've got negative 1 and 20, negative 2 and 10, negative 4 and 5. Oh, isn't that it? X minus 4 and x plus 5 will add up to 1 and multiply to negative 20. We now separate these into linear equations, setting them equal to 0 using the multiplicative property of 0. And we get x equals 4 and negative 5. Negative 5 is not going to work as a dimension. So we'll throw that out and we'll use 4. So that means our width is going to be 4. Our height is already 6 and our length is 5. Now we're going to put that into our surface area equation. So I got 2 times 5 times 4. 5 times 4, 2 times 5 times 6, and 2 times 4 times 6. Okay, so we get 40 plus 60 plus 48. So our answer is 148 meters squared. It says just write the number without the unit, so 148 meters squared should be our solution. And that's our last one. All right? Yep, don't write the units on that. Just 148. So we got them all. All right. Hope that all makes sense, everybody. If it doesn't, come see me. All right. See y'all later.